With the 70th overall pick in the NFL draft, the Jaguars have selected Chad Muma out of Wyoming, a linebacker. And Chad, I know you had to wait all day and stay patient. Take me through this day. I know you were saying you checked the phone a couple times to see if it was working. I'm anxious for you, but you made it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, kind of going through my day, early in this morning, I knew that today was going to be a long day of waiting around and really anxious and those feelings. So I kind of had to get my mind off of all that. So what I did this morning is I went golfing with a few of my family members, like my dad and uncles. So we went and played golf this morning, and then I went with a few of my college roommates and college teammates and friends, and we went bowling later in the afternoon, and then finally it was time for the draft. And that was definitely the most anxious I've ever been, just sitting around and waiting for that phone call, making sure my phone's working and everything. But nonetheless, I'm just super excited that I finally got the call and that it's Jacksonville.
Love it. And we were talking to general manager Trent Baalke just now, and he said you have the potential to be the green dot guy that leads this defense for many years to come. Really high praise. And do you agree with him?
I totally agree with him. And that's really what I see myself, being and, maybe even developing into. But I think that I'm definitely that green dot type of player because of my, leadership skills at Wyoming. I was a two-time captain, and I was the Mike linebacker out there that was making all the calls for the entire defense. At the Senior Bowl, I had the little headset inside my helmet, and I was making the calls at the Senior Bowl. So I've been exposed to that a little bit, and so I definitely would agree with the GM about that statement.
And I can tell how excited you are. You are like giddy right now. We were
Right.
just talking about your family, and I loved how you called it a huddle. Like your family huddled around you when the phone rang. And we hear so many stories about that phone call. Is this something you'll remember your whole life?
My whole life for sure. And just the feeling that takes over your entire body just kind of really brings you speechless. And that's not something that I ever thought would really happen, that where I'd be really speechless getting that phone call and talking to him. But just having that support of my family being around me and my family and friends, and receiving that call and talking to the coaches and the owner and the GM and everyone is just one of the best feelings I've ever had in my whole life.
And you are in Wyoming, so you are far away in college. What do you know about the Jaguars? I know you came here for a pre-draft visit, but what stood out? I mean, did you watch them at all? What do you know coming here?
Yeah, so actually, when I was on my visit, I know Andrew Wingard pretty good because I played football with him at Wyoming. And so when I was out on my visit, I was watching the team run, and they were doing some workouts in the indoor practice facility. And, Dewey came up to me and was saying what's up to me and hoping that I would end up there with him. And then being throughout the whole facilities and meeting with all the coaches and all the, player personnel people and the athletic trainers. And it was just great to be exposed to all that. And I think, everyone on the staff there is really supportive and really, motivating and getting the guys going. So I'm just really looking forward to finally being out there.
Love that. And we were just reading about your battle with diabetes, your childhood life. And at one point, you didn't think football was an option. And now you were just drafted into the NFL. You're the ultimate success story. So take me through that moment when you thought, hey, might not make it doing this.
Yeah. So when I was 13 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And, at the time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to play football just because I didn't have a lot of knowledge on, type 1 diabetes. And, I quickly learned that that wasn't the case. And, first thing I did was search, NFL players with type 1 diabetes. And it was Jay Cutler at the time. And, I was in Denver, and that's when he was playing in Denver. And so that was really motivating for me. And I think that, moving forward, it's always that process of, learning how to really manage your diabetes and staying disciplined with it, just ensuring that, what you put in your body is always, the best for your diabetes. And, I've never had to miss a game or a practice or a workout because of my diabetes. So it's always just kind of managing that. And, now I'm in another player in the NFL with type 1 diabetes. And so, I think it's just kind of motivating to that younger generation, younger athletes that have type 1 diabetes and aren't sure if they can go do what they want to do. And it's just kind of being that voice for them now.
Absolutely. Well, that is an awesome story. And Chad, we are so excited to meet you here in Jacksonville in person. Congratulations, and go enjoy this night with your family.
Thank you so much. I will. I'm looking forward to finally being out there.